These people are about to get a fresh dose of karma hit in their faces, and they have absolutely no clue. The anger problem. This man should take the refund for his anger management class, because clearly it isn't working out. The man's frustration may have come out on the car driver, but he got the snide response from the pole in front of him. With a loud thud, he smacked his head while the driver was left laughing in the car seat. Kudos to him for trying to cover it off with more anger, though. An impatient turn. This man is having the worst day. A bus took a sharp turn, being trailed by the car recording this clip. Suddenly, a vehicle head-butted into the small gap out of nowhere. With that wrong move, it climbed over the concrete block, hitting the bus in front slightly. The car was left dangling over the block for its speedy but impatient turn. The poor guy got out of the slanted car and just walked away. The cake smash. She brought the cake to smash it on his face, but the boy was already prepared. He stopped it just in time, picked it up before it fell, and rubbed it all over the face of the girl. That surely must have been the sweetest bite of the cake. Uno reverse. This racer wanted to win so badly that he decided to cheat, but he didn't know what it would cost him. The racer tried to push the car in front of him out of the race. In doing so, he drove off the track, gifting himself an instant disqualification from the race. What's interesting is that the driver he tried to push out ended up winning the whole championship. Talk about double karma, hitting the racer that will haunt him forever. The dumb boys. These two boys thought that they could punch a mirror and it would not have any consequences. Well, they didn't think things through. They pushed it back against the wall for it to be somebody else's problem. And well, it did become the next boy's problem within a few seconds. A pinch of bad luck with karma combined. Now that's something. Don't mess with a man's best friend. Whatever you do, don't try to mess with the dog's owner, even as a joke. This footage is enough proof of that statement. The quick brawl is probably to see who can take the crown for being the man's best friend. Doesn't look like anybody's winning, but the dog surely has a few strong and violent smacks planned for the boy who teased him first. Who did you think won? The stupid throw. This guy should have been practicing his throwing skills more than his skateboarding moves. As soon as he hit a bump on the track, he got furious. He picked up the skateboard and threw it so recklessly that it ended up getting entangled in the wires above. Yeah, good luck getting it back from there. The painful steal. This pesky thief is out to steal the parcels on this home's porch, but karma is all set to bring her down to her knees. The woman picked up the boxes and scurried away in a hurry, scared of getting caught. On her sprint to the getaway car, she stumbled on the wet grass and twisted her ankle very badly. She was left crying in pain while her getaway driver came down to help her out. The parcel probably wasn't this much trouble, but they ended up stealing it anyway. The snowy response. This man was cleaning his porch but soiling his neighbors at the same time. He was about to receive a sneaky reply. The woman gave a death stare in his direction, but decided it wasn't enough. She picked up the shovel and dumped a fresh pile of karma directly on his back. That's the icy response you can expect for such childish behavior. The shaky theft. This package thief came all prepared to steal the boxes in front of the door, but there was another gift waiting for him just a few inches away. As soon as the masked man bent down to pick up the parcels, he realized he had made a huge mistake. Seconds later, a massive dog leaped out from behind, sending the thief running in the opposite direction, panic-stricken. A costly pace ahead. This dashcam recorded the red SUV breaking the red light, but this cocky move was about to come back and bite him. A few feet away was a police car that the SUV didn't know it had crossed from the same traffic signal. The cop car geared up when the signal opened and turned on its siren to chase down the smug driver. Meeting Karma isn't enough. He was about to meet a cop car instead. The surprise prank. This man was all set to prank his buddy, but Karma was ready to put him on the receiving end of the prank.
Come here. What? I've got a magic trick for you.
Hold on. What? What is it?
I need you to hold these. Hold the roof.
Yeah.
I need you to push these up against the roof.
He asked his friend to hold down the bowl of water at the ceiling with the mop's handle. As soon as he did that, the prankster stepped back, flexing the power of his new prank. But his biggest mistake was getting too cocky, too fast.
No way.
He gifted the same prank to the prankster, who was left shocked, to say the least. The losing point. This player is about to regret making this sneaky move for the rest of the match. He was trying to catch up to the other team's player who had the football. While chasing him down, he pulled the other player's leg, but he completely misjudged the distance. In an attempt to pull him down, he pushed the other player towards the goal, costing his team an important point.
And Hakeem brings him down. He just got in there. He plays both sides.
Boy, imagine playing for both teams in a match. The parking revenge. She was watching the parking spot in front of her closely, but as soon as the car left and she geared up, another vehicle swooped in and stole the spot. The driver got out and left, but the lady was infuriated. She got out, grabbed a baseball bat from her car, and smashed down the windshield of the culprit's vehicle. That ought to teach him some good manners. The cracked mistake. This husband is going to regret testing his wife's mood swings. As expected, he received a remote being blasted off at a blazing speed in his direction. The man ducked to miss the flying shot, but it connected straight with their TV. The violent throw left a huge crack on the screen, leaving a costly reminder for the duo. The husband probably doesn't think the joke was worth the effort now. The runaway crash. A criminal was on the run in his getaway car from a horrendous crime. Karma had that part covered. Darting at a blazing speed on the highway, the driver suddenly lost control of the car. The tires deflated as smoke filled up the air, causing the car to take a terrifying turn. The car came to a sudden halt as it crashed at the side of the road, allowing the cops to catch the thugs with ease. They immediately surrendered, knowing there was no way out. The stupid road rager. This dumb driver put his car to a halt to pick up a fight, but he forgot to press the brakes on his dose of karma. Don't call the ambulance. With Halloween came the time for scary pranks, but this one was about to backfire real quick.
Somebody help!
When he did, the man fell down and started having a seizure. The masked man got so frightened that he couldn't even go near the man on the floor. Karma hits the masked figure so hard that he looks ready to quit. The quickest arrest. A robber came down to steal the store, but got served with an arrest instead. He jogged towards the counter and sneakily showed the woman his gun from his bag. He pushed a few threats to her face to wear her down, but the woman was not going to let him get away that easily. She pushed the panic button under the counter and left no clue behind for the robber to get a hint. A few minutes later, the cops raced to the store to get the unaware burglar detained in handcuffs. Prank gone wrong. This man was trying to pull a prank on his friend, but was served the same dish. But what he didn't anticipate was his friend grabbing onto his chair. You can see what happened next. The pesky betrayal. Sometimes karma is served by your own friends. This man was all set to come down in full rage back at the driver behind him. He tried getting back inside the car, but the driver raced at full speed, smacking the door across his head and pushing him back inside. The car then bolted out of the scene, leaving him flabbergasted. The littering situation. This man thought he could get away by throwing litter in the public space. But a passerby decided to dump his karma back on him. He dashed to pick up the trash the driver threw and slung it back in his face. The passerby walked off, beaming with pride. The furious dog. A man wanted the sweet parking spot and kicked the dog that was asleep there to make room for his car. But that rudeness was about to be met with karma soon. The dog called his friend, and they both tore apart the man's vehicle. Their menacing bites and hard smacks put huge dents in the car. But they didn't stop there. The dog thrashed one of the tires fitted on the car, leaving it completely useless. The useless shepherd. This shepherd was not doing a very good job on watch duty, so one of the sheep decided to teach him a lesson. A car was coming from one end and a barking dog from the other. The sheep got all flustered and didn't know where to run. It wasn't in their job description, and one of the sheep knew that. It banged its horns with full force at the shepherd's back, throwing him off balance and causing him to fall hard on the road.
Ah, Scheiße.
It didn't stop there. The sheep ambushed him with a few more smacks and then bolted out of there. The spitting contest. You shouldn't mess with a llama, and this video is the reason why. Dripping him with instant karma. The crazy kick. Maybe try petting the horse from the front next time. The horse got so annoyed that his kick connected with the man's face and sent him flying in the other direction. The stupid kid.
David, I said don't get behind him. Get out.
This annoying kid was repeatedly being told to come near the horse from its front.
Get up here in front of him.
This will probably give him a phobia of horses. Cat's speedy revenge. This baby thought he could slap the cat and it would show him mercy in return. Wrong. It came back with its own ferocious attack, sending the kid barreling off the bed in fear. Tree strikes back. This man was cutting off a branch from the tree he was hoisted up on, but the tree had its own revenge planned. The branch came flying down and kicked the ladder that the man had used to climb up the tree. The hangry sheep. This man messed with the wrong fleet of sheep, and he started regretting it within a few seconds. Carrying the bag of food, he started swinging it around near the sheep. The poor animals waited for a few minutes to get their meals, but the man was not done teasing them. One of them was simply not ready to play around. The sheep headbutted the man with its big horns multiple times, but the man didn't budge. The edgy driver. This car was in some sort of hurry. Instead of being in the lane, he decided to dodge the traffic and sprint ahead. But Karma wasn't going to let him slide. That simple move sent him all the way to the back of the lane. The obliterating pull-up. This duo of men look all tough, but are about to be left crying their eyes out thanks to Karma. Leaving their fancy car in front of the car was the biggest mistake. The men looked back to find their car broken down in half, just how Karma met the two of them at the same time. The mad cow. This man was trying to mess with an already furious cow. He has no idea what's coming for him. He tried sneaking from both ends of the pole while the cow stayed still. But then, something snapped, and the animal was ready to charge in on him. With its horns blazing, the cow collided with the man, sending him rolling on the floor. He got all panicky and scrambled away in panic as the cow retreated, having done its part. Kids do the cleanup. These kids were about to get a taste of their own doing. They ganged up on this house to crash around the porch. They threw the pumpkins around and even broke a couple of them, but their escape plan was about to be halted by Karma. The homeowner did not let them get away. He chased down the kids and brought them all back to the house to do the cleanup. The satisfactory fall. This doggo was playing around in the snow, but he was struggling to keep his balance. The annoying part was that the playful owner wasn't letting that slide either. So Karma joined in and decided to hand him what the dog was too shy to give: sweet revenge. The spelling bee fiasco.
Dratar.
Inside 30 seconds.
The kid was trying to spell a word, but his contestant did not look very happy. He can be seen shaking his head when the kid pronounces the word wrong. Then, he clapped in front of the kid's face when he sat down.
Ayakoide.
So, when the contestant got up to take his turn, he ended up having the same fate.
C-O-H.
He could not even get halfway through the word and was out of the mini-battle within seconds. The ferocious hit. This tree was not ready to be brought down, so it went after the man who was trying to cut its branches. The man made the final cut, happy to have done his job. But then, the tree's branch rotated in the wrong direction and came racing towards him. It thrashed the man off the ladder and sent him flying down to the ground. The splashy toss. A young boy parked his car at the side of the road, attempting to engage in a road rage. But Karma was going to give him the response he needed. Kid gets an earful.
I want candy! I want candy! I want candy!
A kid was yelling loudly in the eatery about wanting candy.
Shut your mouth! This is a restaurant! These people are trying to eat their lunch!
The angry hot dog came down to their table and started screaming back at the young kid. That shut her up real quick.
No one wants to hear your mouth when they're eating dinner!
The group present. A man had parked in the area designated for disabled people. What happened next will shock you. The people joined in and started wrapping the culprit's car with blue paper and cardboard. They then pasted the disabled icon on the wrapping material to remind the pesky individual of his crime. The man came back frustrated, trying very hard to rip apart the material from the car. The crowd booed him as he dashed off while his car threw flying paper behind him. The strike back of Karma. A driver pulled a stop to get into a brawl with the car behind him. But the road rage was not about to go as he had planned. First, he struggled to turn off the ignition. Even after multiple attempts, he wasn't successful in turning off the vehicle. As soon as he got out, the car bolted backward, dragging him along. In an attempt to get back inside, he got kicked off and flew on the ground with his feet hitting the air. What a load of karma in one day. The roller coaster fail. This couple was being bothered by a disturbing kid, though the kid did not know there is a thing called karma a few steps behind him. The couple had to come to a stop on the roller coaster. The kid behind them can be seen smiling as he hits them from the back of their motion car. The couple didn't respond, but they didn't have to. Another car came racing down the slope and hit the irritating kid with a loud bang from the back. The smashing ordeal. This car had parked right in front of a fire hydrant. There was no way that the car was leaving there unscathed. The fire truck came and smashed down all the windows of the fancy vehicle, leaving no shard behind. Then, it pushed down its pipe through the car's broken windows to reach the fire hydrant. The driver of this vehicle is in for a terrifying surprise. Baby's smart revenge. This baby was busy dozing off with her mother when her father started snoring loudly. The father stopped, but for only a few seconds. This time, the baby did not hold back. She went back again and gave him one of the most memorable slaps to his face, leaving him yelling in pain. The proud baby crawled back to her mother to snuggle back to sleep. The excited toddler. This young baby got playfully slapped by his father, but he wasn't going to hold back on his turn. Then, he struck the face of the man with all the power he could muster. Boy, he regrets teaching that to the baby. That's all on the most shocking moments where people were served with instant karma. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Do share a karma story with us too if you have one. We would love to hear your thoughts. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Stay on the lookout for our next upload. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.